Tan mom Patricia Krenzel claims her former friend, an occasional collaborator, took advantage of her fame and status to promote his new internet talk show. But when it came time to get paid for her appearance, she got nothing. She's suing for $1,500. Adam Barta claimed he and Tan Mom have spent years trading favors and collaborating on projects. Adam thought having his friend on his new show was another favor and never promised to pay her a penny.
Patricia, you are suing your friend for $1,500?
Yes, sir.
I called you Patricia, that's your name, but people know you as Tan Mom?
Tan Mom.
She's a viral superstar.
Well, let me pay my respects. You are a viral superstar. For your tan?
No, well, it started off as I was accused of my daughter going into a tanning booth, which never happened. We would all meet up and go out with my girlfriends and get our nails done, and we'd bring our kids.
Yeah.
She was 5 years old.
And
Right.
the controversy was because you brought your 5-year-old daughter to a tanning salon.
Right, but she only had like a little red mark from being outside while I was making lunch.
Oh, so she didn't actually go into the...
No,
No,
none of that happened. It shouldn't have escalated to how it did.
Weren't you guys on Howard Stern?
Howard Stern's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And
he's a good guy. Yeah.
Great guy. And that's how it became more elaborated, with Howard Stern speaking up for me. I won.
Tell me what's going on here. Why are you suing your friend?
I've done so many shows with Adam, and
what kind of shows do you do? Just
we do, oh God, comedy, singing is one of our biggest things. We've done albums together.
Oh, you
Sal.
sing? Can I hear some of your singing?
No, I can't. I have a sore throat.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
She usually does.
Yeah. Okay.
We've done a bunch of things. I'm going to, go through the whole entire list.
Yeah.
But we would split it 50-50. The bottom line is he produced Tan Talk.
What's Tan Talk?
Tan Talk is a weekly web series that features Patricia, aka Tan Mom, doing crazy bits about sex, love, relationship.
And tanning?
And tanning, of course. That was our premiere episode.
This is your show.
Patricia, welcome. What are some of the things you recommend? Now, you were talking to me beforehand, and you said there are some tanning booth must-haves. Now, these include water. Why do people need water when they go into the tanning booth?
You get dehydrated, and you can actually get sexually frustrated inside a tanning booth.
What is the relationship between tan, dating, and sex?
We're still trying to figure
I mean,
that out
how
ourselves.
tan do you have to be to have sex?
Well, you have to watch the show, actually. I will say that we do address that on the show, so I don't want to give any spoilers away, but we do talk about it, and Patricia does give the levels of shade for sexual intercourse, and it's a whole routine she does.
When I was in college, I didn't have much of a social life, but I was very pale. That may explain it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so you
Anyways,
guys had this show called Tan Talk.
Yes.
Once a week on the web, and you talked about tanning, dating, sexual activity. That was your show. So where did the falling out come? What happened?
Okay, so he also does a show called Tea Talk, which is like another...
It's the tea.
Like, it's
The
just
tea.
like an Oprah show where he's the...
Just like Oprah.
No, but I'm trying to get a dialogue, meaning like she'll sit there and then the couches, and that's what goes on.
So the only thing you have in common with Oprah is that you sit there.
Well, she's A-list and I'm like Z-list, so we're similar in that respect, but yeah, I kind of do the same thing.
Okay.
Let's cut to the chase.
Good point.
Okay. Okay, so his Tea Talk show, there was a girl harassing me on Twitter, and it turns out inadvertently that Adam knows her. And she wanted to use my name to become, like, start fights and stuff, like start arguments. And I had to block her because she was harassing me. And then we did a show together. She got on, and I just wanted to make amends, and it turned into a circus.
Okay, but why are you suing him?
Because he owes me money for the show.
Wait, he's your friend. It's a web show. You expected him to pay you?
Because we've been working together for, what, 9 years?
And every time you've been with him, he paid you?
Yeah.
So you guys have a great relationship.
We have an amazing relationship, Patricia and I. I mean, up until this point, she's like a sister to me. And, I understand business is business, Your Honor, but when we don't have an agreement.
It was just something that you thought was an understanding.
Yes, Your Honor, but it's not a thought of being understood. After the Belmont girl came on,
Well, she's my co-star.
it became an issue.
Okay, we have a video of the show, I'm told. So let's look at the video of your show.
Do you have any kids? Do you have anything? What do you have working in your life?
What?
What the do you have working in your life?
Me? I'm doing it. This is what I'm doing.
Oh, so
That's
you
it.
bounce around in front of a screen. That's great. So,
Well, at
Adam,
least I'm not tanning myself all day. Where's the
Okay.
spray tanner?
oh yeah, that's really a little bit old, don't you think? Spray tanning, come on.
Yeah, you are old.
Yeah, whatever.
So I would like to say
this is how it all just happened because she won't stop.
Well, she's my co-star. She's also from Jersey, Your Honor, and I believe that, you know, I love Patricia, but she's another big Jersey personality. I think Patricia might be jealous. Like, there might be tension there because Patricia sees her as competition. I don't know. That's where I think this is coming from. That, you
Does
know,
Jersey have an extra word in their vocabulary that the rest of us don't?
they produce exceptional talent for TV, I would guess, but...
So after that harassment I got from that thing, I deserve the money of something for being aggravated.
I feel like with Patricia, you never know what you're going to get with her. You know, she means well, but she has a lot going on in her life, and I feel like it's always a wild card with her. You know, all of the projects are very sporadic, and you know, the energy level is just all over the place. You know, there was even a voicemail that she left me right after this happened too, where she was really upset, and she kind of came after me, and her ire is at Cynthia. So I don't know, and I don't feel it's fair that she's putting all of this onto me when her beef. If two reality stars go on a show and they have a beef, they don't sue the producers. That's the show. That's what the nature of this show is dramatic. It's over the top. It's confrontational. So, you know, and Patricia knew that, I feel like, when she went into it. So I feel like there was no surprises whatsoever on this.
Well, I think we have that voicemail.
Sure.
Let's take a listen.
Yeah, this is like not even funny. I'm done with this chick. I just put it all over everywhere. I'm taking this bitch down. And if you're included in this nightmare, I'm not threatening you. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you. That is ridiculous. And I said it a week ago. Tell this bitch to shut up. You all.
What about that call?
I'm actually furious right now. We've had our ups and downs, but that's totally disrespectful the way he's treating me right now.
How am I
And I'm
disrespecting
angry
her?
as hell.
Why?
Because you lied to me. You lied to me.
What did I lie about?
What did you lie about? Okay, that you're friends with her before I didn't even know it. You stuck her on a show. Then I got to deal with that.
But
Are
who
you out of
cares?
your mind?
She's my co-star. If I'm working with somebody,
Let's get it really clear.
so I can't work with people that you don't approve of?
acknowledge what's going on, and you tell me you don't, and then you try to turn it around and make it my fault. Big deal. So you have tea talk
I'm
and
not
whatever.
you suing me.
You're
I didn't
bagger.
turn it around.
So was there an agreement that if you appeared on his show, because you guys are friends, you've done lots of shows together, am I right?
Yes,
Yes.
Your Honor.
So are you saying that he owes you money for appearing on his show?
Yes.
How much were you to be paid for appearing on the show?
$1,500, and we have.
That's it? To appear on his show, you get $1,500?
I made
Do you have any guests for next Thursday? I'm free.
We would love to have you on,
Right, that's
Judge.
it.
So we have a time slot anytime. you want.
1,500, buddy.
Done.
Did you ask Tan Mom to be on your show?
I did, yes. And as a matter of fact, we rolled off of the Tan Talks, which was me and Patricia's show, where we were actually making some money at one point, charging for tickets. And all of that money was split down. Patricia can admit that was split down the middle evenly for any show that we got paid for. And with the tea, it was kind of like a show. I said, Patricia, we're about to do season 2. This is something that we're going to get budget for. We're going to get sponsors.
So you asked her to be back on the show?
But before all this, yeah, I had assumed that when season 2 would happen, she would be on it, she would be getting paid, because now we have sponsors. I mean, when you start a show, it takes time to build an audience, you know?
Well, what about that? That sounds awfully reasonable.
I have papers that show that he's paid me. You know, I'm not disagreeing that he has never paid me. I'm disagreeing on that particular show. He didn't tell me the truth, like he was friends with her or anything.
I understand you don't like her, and I'm not getting into
No,
how
marriage
that all
counseling.
happened, because that's not relevant to this case.
Right.
You are suing him because you're saying that there was maybe a verbal contract, but there was a contract that for you appearing on his show that time, you were to get paid $1,500. That's
Right.
what your suit is about.
Yes.
Is there even a text between you two where he said, if you will appear in my show, I'll give you $1,500? Show me some evidence that that was the agreement.
Your Honor.
Then I'll be sympathetic to your point of view.
Well, Your Honor, I have a video from Cynthia that we talked about where she says that this was that we all did it for promo. It was promotional. So my co-star was under the impression, Cynthia as well, that it was promotional. So there's
Let's
a video.
see your video.
Yeah.
We all agreed to do the show for free, for publicity, for everybody, because Lord knows she needs as much help as she can get. She thinks she's better than me, but my God, does anybody actually remember Tan Mom?
You're dead.
I don't. I had to look her up.
That's it. That's it. Okay.
You did me a favor, and I'm thankful. But the fact of the matter is, I didn't
The
have an
fact
agreement
of the
with you to
matter
agree to pay you,
is,
Patricia.
there wouldn't be a show if I wasn't on it.
Well, also, Your Honor, can I bring up that for Cameo, she makes a living doing Cameo, which I'm also on, and she makes a lot of money on Cameo, a lot of money. And I was the one, did I not help you get set up with the Cameo?
I don't know how my home personal business is the courtroom.
That's not personal, that's business. That's business. I'm proving how we've made money, and the Cameo is a big part of how you make your career. So that's something I specifically helped you with, and I didn't get any money from. And there's a lot of stuff I do that I don't get any money from.
For the record, I'm on Cameo.
Here you go, all three of us.
Yeah.
Request to join Cameo because it's
Yeah.
a good business, and you make a lot of money too, I'm sure. And I mean, she makes a living.
I volunteer.
You donate the money.
Okay, now I understand that's what she says, but that's...
I don't feel that way. I don't feel how Cynthia feels about Patricia. I still love Patricia. Patricia.
But that
and
was
Cynthia,
hearsay. In other words, her saying that we all understood, it doesn't tell me what arrangement you had.
Can
What
I
do you
say
want to
something?
say? Of course.
That is wrong, what was just shown. She's sitting there making fun of me. The reason why she's doing all this commotion is because people know who I am and she's a nobody. And he told me he was going to pay me for it. So it was a verbal issue. But
Okay. Well, I could see you're very charismatic, but you're coming into court. And when you're coming into court, the rule for everybody is the one who brings the suit has the burden of proving their case. There's no proof before the court that he owes you $1,500. And because there's no proof, I therefore dismiss the case.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I can just mention my mom, she passed away in 2016. She was a huge, I don't want to get emotional. She was a huge fan of yours. So being here, win or lose or draw, having you talk about this is really significant for me.
That's very nice.
And Patricia, I love you. I hope we can work this
Thank
out.
you, Your
I really
Honor.
wanna work with you. Thank you, Your Honor.
That was a real stab in the back. I don't and will not work with him again.
Absolutely, we're going to have agreements going forward for every single thing we do. So we're on the same page.
It's not about the money. It's about that stupid video, what he does.
I think that, you know, like Patricia said, I would love to have her on season 2. I'm open to, I still want to work with her. I still think we're going to do music.
I am who I am. I don't judge you for you. If you don't like me, don't hang out with me. I could care less. Period.
Plaintiffs Christy and Demetria Winborn say they are sick and tired of being the defendant's personal ATM. After giving him cars for years, they decided to teach him the value of money with a loan. They are suing their son for $3,500. Defendant Michael Johnson Moore says paying for cars is what moms do, and just because he's 24, he doesn't see why that should stop.
Mom, you're suing your son?
Oh yeah, I'm suing him.
Why?
I often hear women talk about, you know, carrying a child for 9 months.
Yes.
Never for 48 years.
That's a
And not
long
his.
pregnancy.
Yeah,
Oh.
right.
Yeah,
However, we went into an agreement where he found a car and we agreed, you know, to purchase the car. He agreed to pay us back.
He wanted a BMW. He could have got a Honda, a Toyota, a Ford, anything cheaper. He insisted on the BMW that was $7,000. He agreed to pay half of it.
I even submitted pictures, you know, of the cars that I've purchased for him.
Let me take a look at those pictures.
This was his very first car after graduation.
Wow.
And then I have purchased this one for him.
You should have purchased him a shirt.
No, he really likes taking his shirt off, Judge, for some reason. Judge, I'm a mother of 10. I'm a grandmother.
10?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm a grandmother of 7. So, I mean, at some point, you have to leave a little for the other kids and the other grandkids.
Yeah, do you buy them cars too?
I mean, I bought all of my kids' cars when they graduated. This one, the reason for the payment arrangement was because I've purchased him 8 cars.
That's my mom, Judge. Like, that's her job. That's how
Your
I feel
Honor,
like.
this is the way it's been for years.
But you created this.
I did. I did.
You,
and that's
you
right.
buy 7 or 6, 7, 8 cars for him. You don't ask him to pay you back.
And I take the full responsibility.
Let me ask you, was it a gift or a loan?
I took it as a gift because, again, that's my mom. I think it was miscommunication there, but again,
What?
the car with the can I show evidence if you don't mind?
Sure,
I want to bring
you go
up
ahead.
pictures. I brought pictures. And you see the check engine lights on, and you see all the high mileage on the car. So again, I'm looking at the car as an investment.
She says in the complaint that you went to buy another car.
And that's what I mean.
Well, if you have the money to buy another car, you have the money to pay her back.
That's exactly what
true,
I thought.
But okay,
that's what I thought.
This is how I look at it with a car.
How do you look at it? This is fascinating.
Like I said, I lost a lot of money, Your Honor. When I bought this car, when we bought this car, we invested in this car, Mom.
No.
It was a lemon. It was a lemon. Like, that's all it really was.
I don't want to be here suing my son. I really don't. I love him. It's just like I told him. I simply want it to be when I'm no longer here. I know he has, 1, the resources to take care of himself, and 2, the responsibility of knowing when he gives someone his word, that that's what he has to live by.
I understand that. Part of the decisions we make are, I would really like to do this, but what are my obligations? Let's say you're living in your own apartment, your own house. You've got to put what your first obligations are. Before I can buy this, I got to pay the rent.
Right.
Before I can buy this, I got to pay for the electricity. Well, before you can buy a new car, you got to pay off your loans. And your mom, I would argue, should be the first loan you want to pay back. You're a good person.
Thank you.
And you've had more cars than most people get in a lifetime. You ought to open a dealership. So she bought you a car for $7,000, and she only wants you to pay back the $3,500. See, I'm saying that's a good investment. I find for the plaintiff in the sum of $3,500.
Thank you.
It took me to be in this position to actually be sitting here and getting sued, to realize that you should look out for the people that look out for you.
I will advise him if he attempts to purchase a car on his own to ensure the mileage and everything is good and the price is good. But I don't think I'll ever purchase one for him again.